Right now, there is a charge leaving your bank account that you have completely forgotten about. Not a scam. Not fraud. Something you signed up for yourself, probably more than a year ago, and never canceled. Studies show the average American is actively paying for 3 to 4 subscriptions they haven't used in the past 6 months. That adds up to roughly $500 a year. Not because people are careless with money, because subscription billing is specifically designed to avoid your attention. And the companies charging you have spent millions of dollars making sure you never notice. Open your credit card statement right now. Scroll through it slowly. How many charges do you recognize immediately? Most people can account for the big ones: rent, groceries, car payment, utilities. But somewhere in that list, there are small numbers. $7.99, $12.99, $4.99, $14.99. And for at least a few of those, you will pause. You will think, wait, what is that? A 2022 survey by C+R Research found that the average American believes they spend about $86 per month on subscriptions. The actual number is closer to $219 per month. That is a gap of more than $130 every single month. More than $1,500 per year. Money people are actively spending without realizing it. And the gap between what people think they spend and what they actually spend has been growing every year. In 2018, that gap was around $50 a month. By 2022, it had more than doubled. This is not a budgeting failure. It is not a discipline problem. It is the result of a very deliberate business model that was engineered specifically to exploit how human attention works. Here is the core mechanism, and it is simpler than you think. When you sign up for a subscription, the company collects your payment information one time. After that, they never have to ask you again. The charge just happens. Month after month, quietly in the background, without any action required from you. And the smaller the charge, the less likely you are to question it. A $200 charge on your statement gets your attention immediately. You look it up. You remember what it is, or you dispute it. A $9.99 charge gets ignored. It looks familiar enough. You figure you probably know what it is. You keep scrolling. That is not a coincidence. Subscription pricing is deliberately structured around what behavioral economists call the pain of paying. Every time you make a purchase, hand over cash, swipe a card, confirm a payment, your brain registers a small moment of discomfort, a micro friction, a moment of conscious decision. That friction is actually protective. It forces you to ask, is this worth it? But when a payment is automatic, that friction disappears completely. There is no moment of decision, no pause, no question. The money just leaves. Companies figured out that if they can eliminate that moment of friction, they can collect revenue indefinitely, even from customers who stopped using the product entirely. The goal is not to keep you engaged. The goal is to keep you billed. Those are two completely different things. A company that wants to keep you engaged has to earn it every month. A company that just wants to keep you billed only has to make cancellation slightly inconvenient. One of those is much cheaper to execute. And once companies figured that out, the entire structure of the subscription model was built around it. Meet Marcus. He is 34 years old, lives in Denver, Colorado, and works in IT project management. Marcus considers himself financially aware. He is not someone who throws money around. He has a budget spreadsheet. He checks his accounts at least once a week. He knows roughly what he spends every month, and he keeps it under control. One evening, his girlfriend mentions she had been paying for a fitness app for over 2 years and hadn't opened it once in the last 18 months. 2 years, more than $200 gone. Marcus laughs a little. He says he could never let that happen. That night, just to confirm he's right, he sits down and goes through every single recurring charge across his credit card and bank statements. He finds Adobe Creative Cloud, $54.99 a month. He used it constantly 3 years ago when he was freelancing on the side. He hasn't opened the app in 14 months. He finds a meditation app, $69.99 billed annually. He used it for about 3 weeks after a stressful period at work, then stopped. He finds a sports streaming service, $9.99 a month, that he signed up for during one NFL playoff run. He finds a VPN he set up for a work trip to Europe, charged $3.99 a month, still running. He finds a cloud storage upgrade he added when his phone ran out of space 2 years ago, then solved the problem by deleting photos instead. He finds 2 charges he genuinely cannot identify at all, small enough that he must have glanced at them on past statements and assumed they were fine. Total, $514 per year in subscriptions he has not used in over 6 months. Marcus isn't reckless with money. He is a normal, financially aware person who got caught by a system specifically designed to catch financially aware people. Because the model doesn't work on people who aren't paying attention. It works on people who are paying just enough attention to feel like they probably have it covered. Marcus's story is not unusual. It is, statistically, the expected outcome. The subscription model became dominant in tech because it solved a very specific problem, not for customers, but for companies. Before subscriptions, software had what analysts called a hit-driven revenue problem. A company would release a product, see a spike in purchases at launch, and then watch revenue fall sharply until the next major release. Investors hated the unpredictability. You could not forecast it reliably. You could not build growth projections around it. Then companies discovered something that changed the entire industry. If you switch from selling a product outright to charging a recurring fee for access, your revenue becomes smooth, predictable, and compounding. Adobe made this transition most visibly in 2012. Before that, Photoshop was a one-time purchase, around $700 for the full suite. After switching to Creative Cloud subscriptions, their annual recurring revenue climbed from about $1 billion to over $4 billion within 5 years. Their user base did not quadruple. Their ability to retain revenue from existing users, including users who were barely using the product, did. This is the key insight that spread across every industry. You don't just earn from new customers, you earn from the inertia of current ones. And inertia, it turns out, is worth a fortune. This is where the model gets more deliberate. It is not enough to just charge automatically. Companies invest heavily in making cancellation as difficult as possible. This practice has a name in design circles: friction by design. Signing up for most subscriptions takes about 45 seconds. Enter your email, enter your card, click subscribe. Canceling the same subscription can take 5 to 10 minutes. Navigate to account settings. Find the membership section. Click Manage Plan. A pop-up appears offering to pause instead. Decline. A discounted rate offer appears. Decline again. A survey asks why you're leaving. Submit. A final page shows a Stay Subscribed button, placed more prominently than the Confirm Cancellation button. This is not poor UX. This is intentional revenue engineering. The FTC documented these practices extensively, and in 2023 introduced what they called the click-to-cancel rule, requiring companies to make cancellation no harder than sign-up. The subscription industry lobbied hard against it, because the entire passive revenue model depends on cancellation requiring more effort than most people are willing to spend on a $12 charge. Then there is what the industry calls trial to paid conversion through inaction. You sign up for a free trial. You enter your card number. The reminder email arrives, but it's sent at 11 p.m. on the last night of the trial. You wake up charged. Technically, they told you. Practically, they timed it so the odds of you acting were as low as possible. Subscription analytics firm Recurly has published data showing that passive conversion, customers who forget to cancel, represents a substantial and reliable revenue stream for consumer app companies. Some products are built almost entirely around that number. The global subscription economy is now valued at over $1.5 trillion and expanding into every category of spending. Software, streaming, fitness, mental health, groceries, car features, razors, pet food. Everything is being restructured around recurring billing. And at the center of all of it is a structural imbalance that doesn't get discussed often enough. The company has perfect information. They know exactly how much you are paying them every month. They know exactly how often you are logging in, opening the app, using the product. They have dashboards showing your engagement in real time. You have none of that. Netflix knows if you haven't opened the app in 3 months. They could send you a message. They could offer to pause your billing. They don't. Spotify knows if the last song you played was 8 months ago. They could remind you. They won't. This information gap, where the company has full visibility and the customer has almost none, is not an accident of how billing technology happens to work. It is a deliberate feature. The less clearly you can see your own spending patterns, the more money flows through the gaps. And this problem compounds as the list of subscriptions grows. Every new service you add makes the others harder to track. At some point, the mental overhead of monitoring them all exceeds what any normal person can sustain, which is exactly where the model wants you. Not overwhelmed, just slightly too busy to deal with it this week, and next week, and the week after that, until a year has passed and the subscription has quietly collected another $120, $70, or $55 from someone who fully intended to cancel it months ago. Here is the finding that researchers did not expect. Higher income does not protect you from this problem. It makes it worse. A 2021 analysis by Waterstone Management Group found that higher earners lose a disproportionately larger share of income to forgotten or unused subscriptions, not a smaller share. The explanation is counterintuitive, but makes complete sense once you see it. When money is tight, every $9.99 charge feels significant. You scrutinize it, you remember what it is, or you cancel it. When income is comfortable, that same charge registers as background noise. The pain of paying, that protective cognitive friction, weakens as income rises. And pricing teams at subscription companies understand this precisely. The $12.99 tier, the $17.99 plan, the $24.99 annual rate. These numbers are not guesswork. They are calibrated to land just below the dollar threshold, where comfortable earners start paying close attention. Above that threshold, people notice and cancel. Below it, the charge blends into the statement and is forgotten. This is why subscription companies expanded so aggressively into premium markets. They are not targeting people who don't manage their finances. They are targeting the exact price point where everyone, regardless of income, tends to stop scrutinizing. The $500 problem is not a low-income problem. It is a human attention problem. And it was priced that way on purpose. Marcus canceled 7 subscriptions that night. He recovered $514 per year, money he had been spending without receiving anything in return. He felt a little embarrassed. He had thought he was paying attention. He had assumed something like this couldn't happen to him. But that assumption is exactly what the model relies on. It does not target people who aren't watching their money. It is engineered for people who are watching just carefully enough to feel like they have it handled. Because those are the people who never quite get around to auditing the small stuff. The $500 is not lost to carelessness. It is lost to a system that studied precisely where your attention stops. and then priced itself just below that line. Every element of it, the automatic billing, the small charge amounts, the difficult cancellation flow, the mistimed reminder emails, was designed around one thing: the statistical certainty that most people will mean to deal with it eventually, and eventually never comes. You are not paying $500 a year because you chose to. You are paying it because someone spent millions of dollars figuring out exactly how to make sure you'd never quite get around to stopping. The companies doing it are not hoping you forget. They built the billing cycle, the pricing tier, the cancellation maze, and the notification timing all around the mathematical expectation that most people will. That is not aggressive marketing. That is a business model built on the gap between what you intend to do and what you actually get around to doing. And until you see it clearly, it keeps working exactly as designed.